One of the most frustrating things about being a healthcare worker right now is dealing with the expectations. I really don't think that previous to the age of social media, previous to the age of AI, previous to the age of Google, of the internet, that families and patients had the expectations that they do today. Now, this is not a criticism of patients or the public or family members. This is simply an observation as a healthcare worker on the receiving end. I do not think that previous to this time that we are living in, this artificial intelligence, globalization, everything is online, that people had the expectations and demands that they have of their physician. I can tell you that I have patients and family members that when I go into the room, they are very respectful, they're appreciative, they're grateful. But I can also tell you that there are times that I go into a room and I can tell that the person that is across from me is judging my every move. They are deciding in real time if they think that I am worthy or if they think that I am a credible source. Again, not criticizing, that's fine, that's okay. I'm just pointing out that being a doctor and having a doctor title and being board certified and being trained, and the same thing from a nursing perspective or an RT or a dietitian or a paramedic, those things alone are no longer enough. Like you, in the past, and I could be wrong, I was a baby at the time, but I think in 1990 or 1980, when a doctor or a nurse or someone walks into the room, for the most part, there was a sense of like, this is a trusted, credible, respectable professional, and if they say something, we're going to believe it. Nowadays, that couldn't be further from the truth, right? Like I can say something built on my experience, my training, and etc., and someone can look me dead in the eye and say like, that's wrong. I heard something somewhere else and you're wrong. And it's just interesting because I can tell you from a healthcare worker perspective, to me, that is one of the most intensely frustrating aspects of being a healthcare worker, right? Because it immediately discredits you, right? You've spent your whole life trying to be an expert at something, and now you're standing across from someone who's telling you like, no, you're not an expert. I'm an expert. And I'm just pointing out that this is the age that we're putting in. And I'm pointing it out, again, not to criticize the public or people. I think everyone is just scared and trying to do what's best for them. And I think COVID really put a wrench in things where people were like, y'all don't know what you're doing. We're going to figure it out on our own. But I'm just pointing out to you that the reason that so many people are leaving the bedside, the reason that people are getting burnt out, the reason people are snappy at each other, the reason people are struggling, a big part of that is that the expectations continue to rise at the same time that the resources continue to fall and the appreciation and reimbursement and everything else continues to fall. When you look at doctor salaries and things like that, they have not kept up with inflation. When you look at most young doctors, they're still paying off their debts right now. So, I have friends who graduated from engineering school who now are like homeowners and all these things. And I can tell you, I'm not a homeowner. So I'm just explaining to you why people are leaving the bedside. And I'm explaining to you one person's perspective. I'd be very curious to hear what you think.